Okay. We're in 2nd Esdras 15 and 22. It says, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. Right? That's why we went to Zechariah 11 and 5. And now we're going to see who this right hand is. He says, his right hand shall not spare the sinners. Right? So what's his right hand? Go to Acts 2 and 32 and 33. This Mashiach Yahushai, who the world calls Jesus, have the Most High raised up on the third day, whereof we all are witnesses, because he walked the earth for 40 days. Therefore, being by the right hand of the Most High exalted. See that? Being by the right hand of the Most High exalted, in having received of the Father the promise of the Holy Spirit, he hath shed forth this which ye now see and hear. This miracle that happened. So his right hand that we see in 2nd Esdras 15 to 22, who is a Mashiach Yahushai, shall not spare the sinners, right? And my sword that he's coming with shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. So look, Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon it was called Faithful and True. This is a Mashiach Yahushai. In righteousness, coming from the right hand of the Most High, he does judge and make war, right? He's coming to judge and make war. His eyes was a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, powers and authorities given to him, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. You know whose blood it was? You just read Isaiah 3rd chapter down, one down. And they tell you that in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Ain't that something? They tell you about Edom. Figures prominently in the prophetic scripture as a scene of great future judgments. Here it is, I got it. I know it by heart, but I'm going to read it anyway. Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It says Edom. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. That's what we read about. His right hand, when he said, my right hand shall not spare the sinners. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34, 5 and 6, and Isaiah 63, 1. You read Isaiah 63, 1 down, you know who he's talking about. Esau, the Edomites. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. And mercy is not getting something that you do deserve. That's why he just told you in Lamentation 4:22, he's going to visit their sins. He's going to visit their sins. And what we see here, payback, repay. Listen. Verse 22 again of 2nd Esdras 15. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. So look at this. Going back to Revelation 19, verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture, his clothes will be dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies, that's the angels, which were in heaven, followed him upon white horses. Clothed, so they ain't butt-naked angels like you be showing them pictures of. Clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Angels. Coming with the Hamashiach Yahushai to bring forth the judgment of the Most High. But listen, what it say? 2nd Esdras 15:22, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. What's that sword? Listen, verse 15, Revelation 19 and 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword a sharp sword. What is he going to do with it? That with this sharp sword, he shall smite or kill who? The nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. That's the righteousness of the Most High's laws. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of almighty power, Most High. Understand and overstand this, you see? So, when you look at this, go to Isaiah, what they gave us. He said, now before, let's go back to, oh, that's cool. That's good enough. Let's go to what they gave us, Isaiah 34 and verse 5 and 6. So the elite know this. The average person don't know. They don't know. Look, Isaiah 34 and 4. It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved. And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Like the scroll you see back there. So it's going to be like the atomic bomb when they dropped that bomb on Japan and Nagasaki and Hiroshima. We roll together as a scroll. And all their hosts, all their army, shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. You're going to destroy them. Tells you that in, go back a couple chapters. We in 2 Esdras 15. Go back to 2 Esdras 13. And we're going to look at verse 9. Because all the nations, Army, Navy, and Marines, and Air Force going to come together to fight on Mashiach Yahushua. They're going to stop this fighting that we're reading about with each other. They're going to start preparing to fight him. That's why they got their space station out in the sky and so forth. They all together in that. All nations part of that. So now, this is what Mashiach Yahushua going to do to him. 2 Esdras 13 say he going to smite the nations, right? So what are you going to smite the nations? You're going to smite their military might. Here it is in 2 Esdras 13:9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, the army, the navy, the marines, and air forces of all these nations that's gathered together to fight on Mashiach Yahushua, scared, but they still fighting. He neither lifted up his hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire. Remember, out of his mouth? We read that in Revelations 19 and 15, right? Out of his mouth comes a sharp sword. Out of his mouth. So this is how it was out of his mouth. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. And out of his lips a flaming breath. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. We're dealing with prophecy here. And they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight. And what did he do? And burned them up. How many? Every one. He left some? He said, and burned them up. Every one. So that upon a sudden renewable multitude, the army, the navy, the marines, the air forces of all the nations, innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. Ezra said, when I saw this, I was afraid. He said, I was afraid. Better ask somebody. Look at Isaiah 34 and 2. Isaiah 34 and 2. They already gave us 5 and 6. Let's read verse 2. For the indignation of the Most High is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. Is that what I just told you? The army, the navy, the marines, the air forces, all coming together. We know the end result. We just heard about it. He have utterly destroyed them. Hasn't he done that? Didn't we just read that? He have delivered them to the slaughter. So ain't gonna be nothing but dust and the smell of smoke. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Whew. So this is what they gave us in verse 5. Remember they said Isaiah, when we looked at the definition of Edom, it was Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. So this is what they gave us. Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. So we got to look at the word Idumea in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. What's Idumea? Idumea, it says Greek and Roman name for Edom, for the so-called white man. Because Esau is the end of the world. This is about the earth. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the Edomites, and upon the people of my curse, which is leprosy, to judgment. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Most High has a sacrifice in Basra. That's the capital city of Edom. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. I mean, Idumea is, don't get it twisted. A lot of y'all probably talking about that's old. That's something old. No, it's not old. We can bring it right up to modern day time here. Modern day time, so you not gonna mistake this no way, shape, or form. Look, let's go to First Maccabees. This is in the Greek Empire, so you know they know what they're talking about. The Greeks were the so-called white man's first rulership on this earth. Let's look at this when we got the temple dedicated back to us through Judas Maccabees and his brothers and men of war that fought against our enemies to get our temple back. So First Maccabees, the 4th chapter, the 61st verse, it says, looking up what this Idumea is, it just said Edom, Rome. And they set there a garrison to keep it, keep our temple after they rebuilt it, and fortified Beersheba to preserve it, that the people might have a defense against who? Idumea. We just read it in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Idumea, Greek and Roman name for Edom, for the so-called white man. Say. Now let's continue. First Maccabees 5 and 1. We in the Greek Empire. Now when the nations round about heard that the altar was built and the sanctuary renewed as before, it displeased them very much, because the nations know we went to captivity for our iniquity, for breaking the Most High's laws. So now that we have our altar back and we can serve the Most High, all the nations didn't like it. Like they don't like it now. Us coming back to the truth and being able to call on the Most High. You see, it displeased them. Wherefore, they thought to destroy the generation of Jacob that was among them. So they wanted to kill us. All of us that was around them, they wanted to kill us. And thereupon they began to slay and destroy the people. They began to kill us. All the little towns that we were amongst them, they started to kill us. Then Judas fought against the children of Esau, where? In Idumea. See? See how Esau go with Idumea? At Arabatin, because they besieged Israel, and he gave them a great overthrow, and abated their courage, and took their spoils, took what they had. And he remembered the injury of the children of Ben, who had been a snare and an offense unto the people, and that they lay in wait for them in the ways. He shut them up, therefore, in the towers, and encamped against them, and destroyed them utterly, and burned the towers of that place with fire, and all that were therein. That's warfare. Going back to Isaiah 34 and 8. For it is the day of the Most High's vengeance. It's a day of the Most High's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. For the controversy of the children of Israel. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone. Remember, it's going to be nothing but dust and smell of smoke. Going to be turned into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. Ain't nobody going to put it out. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation, it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. And what's going to be there? We know ain't no people going to be there. That's for sure. He made sure of that. You want to continue to read on down, you can find out what's going to be there. Second Esdras 15 to 23. The fire is gone forth from his wrath. You heard about it. You read about it. Hopefully you read about it. I know you got ears to hear. The fire is gone forth from his wrath and have consumed the foundations of the earth and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. Hear that? He's like the straw that is kindled. Like straw. You put a match to straw, it's going to go up like nobody's business. You heard what he said? That fire ain't going to never be quenched. It ain't going to be quenched forever and ever and ever. The smoke going to go up forever and ever and ever. So I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to continue on this. Tune in for the next episode. And I'm out. Shalom.